It's too early for the Indian New Year. But therefore, I'm not going to say Happy New Year to you. But on 1st of January 2016, there was a robbery at Bank of India in Agra. The branch was burgled in minutes. The recorder was stolen, and look at the cheek. They gave the branch manager a Happy New Year card. Now, that's where the problems begin. And the first problem for the police is, where's the evidence? And this happens day in and day out. Evidence gone, big trouble for the police. But the larger question is, how did they manage to steal in minutes? Simple answer, very well planned operation which has to have recce's. Westminster and Manchester, and I can assure you in the next couple of days, we will see that even in Manchester, there were recce's conducted. Masood was wrecking the place 96 hours before he struck. And this attack has prompted fresh thinking by counter-terrorism officials about the ways to improve the chances of stopping similar atrocity. But 3 weeks later, we have a Manchester. The Taj attack in India, David Headley conducted a recce for 30 days and nobody knew about it. Paris, Nice, Berlin, Istanbul, Dhaka, Pathankot, recce's were common. And what else was common there? Each of these sites had hundreds of cameras. Now I'm going to show you one video. It's a little disturbing, but it needs to prove a point. This is a crash in Mumbai. This happened about 2 months ago. It's a 9-month-old baby which is being tossed around by this sick woman because the baby was crying. And there is a camera watching. And that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. How does a 9-month-old baby explain what happened to her when the parents came to fetch her? We all want video analytics to tell us what's going wrong. But tell me what video analytics is going to send out an alarm to who's responsible for the CCTV that why is little Sasha on this floor? She shouldn't be there. Which camera or video analytics in the world will be able to say that this man who's taking her on the 10th floor of the school is a father, uncle, or potential molester? Which camera is going to be able to detect child abuse? Which video analytics is going to be able to detect this man who's smoking just outside a petrol station? Which video analytics is going to be able to detect that this guard who you're paying for has actually gone to sleep? And just look, they've got CCTV signs, they've got cameras, but they've got problems as well. Which video analytics is going to tell you that the stuff that's supposed to be paying attention to make that sale is actually on the phone? Which video analytics is going to tell you that your shelves are not stocked? Or that you've got a leaking roof and therefore there's a health and safety problem? So the question is, Are video analytics the only answer to discovering all kinds of exceptions? Or should we also be thinking about human analytics as a healthy mix? Think about the man behind the gun. You can't write an algorithm on a gun that says, all right, here's a movement, go fire. Who knows who you're going to kill? And what about false alarms, heavy investments, and technical expertise? So we have one fundamental question. As users of CCTV, shouldn't we also be seeing what the cameras saw? Think about it. How likely are you to be sharing a photo that you take on your mobile devices, even within your family, without taking a look at that photo? You take pictures, you look at them, several of them, and only then do you decide to share. So what are you actually doing? You are reviewing them, you're auditing them. It's the same philosophy for CCTV. See what the camera saw. We are currently blind. We're just adding more and more and more eyes that are actually in sleep mode. We face many threats and non-compliance issues day in and day out. CCTV should ideally mitigate them. However, the fact of the matter is that CCTV as we know it today is fit and forget. The reality is that people look at CCTV only when things go wrong, little realizing that just because something hasn't gone wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean so. It just might mean that you didn't discover it. So, my question again is that as users of CCTV, are we gaining the fullest of outcomes from CCTV cameras? The fullest? Sadly, no. So let me quote from the Code of Practice, Principle 10. There should be effective review and audit mechanisms to ensure legal requirements, policies, and standards are complied with in practice, and regular reports should be published. Principle 11. When the use of the surveillance camera is in pursuit of a legitimate aim, and there is a pressing need for its use, it should then be used in the most effective way to support public safety and law enforcement with the aim of processing images and information of evidential value. The word here important is the most effective way. 2 years ago, we had this report, is this the end of the CCTV era? 20 years ago, the government backed a major expansion of the CCTV network. Now funds are being cut and cameras are shut off. Is it the end of the CCTV boom? Wait a minute. Are we missing something? Are we shooting the messenger? Cameras are not at fault. Cameras are not the culprit. Are we missing something fundamental? CCTV can actually deliver unthinkable benefits to all kinds of users. And just a little more needs to be done to achieve these unthinkable benefits. And the three mores that we propagate with your existing camera systems, so no new cameras, no new technology, a new philosophy. One, audit CCTV as a standard operating procedure. Audit, see what the camera saw. Look at 24 hours of your video, at least of your critical cameras. 24 hours. And then we'll come to the fact that how is it possible? Store CCTV smartly. I'm not speaking about legislation right now, I'm talking about a philosophy, but you can still be smart within the legislation's guidelines to ensure that you have compressed data, lesser data that you can search for whenever you need. Because currently it all gets overwritten. And report incidents in a standardized format, which can then deliver business intelligence. So what are the advantages of auditing CCTV as a standard operating procedure? Better situational awareness, prevention of fraud, loss and crime, safety of people, assets and brand value, satisfaction of customer and employee, compliance of processes, health and safety, performance of employees, boost and efficiency in productivity, and gaining actionable intelligence from CCTV. Auditing helps discover exceptions that cannot be discovered by algorithm-based systems, and I gave you several examples. Auditing may be a post-incident activity. However, it is a very systematic activity and allows for taking corrective and preventive action. Today, lots and lots, more and more companies are looking at production runs at the end of the day. They want to find out, was compliance taken care of? Did we do things right? Where can we improve? All that is hidden in your video. All we need to do is to start taking a look at that video. You should back up CCTV smartly so that you can reduce your data size. You can use it as disaster recovery, and you should be able to search for it easily. Standardized incident reporting will mean that everyone speaks the same language. It's a single format, delivers business intelligence, created in PowerPoint instantly, and gives you ease of sharing. So business intelligence from reports, actually from your incidents and audit findings, can actually tell you on what days, what time, what location, what kind of incidents are taking place. That allows you to take corrective and preventive action. Video is not just about CCTV, and we just saw the previous speaker. Today video comes from multiple sources, from mobile devices to body worn to drones and UAVs. So what are we doing? All we are doing is adding more video. We're just bringing more video, but we're not looking at it. And if we don't look at it, we are losing rich visual information. We need to be more proactive. Let's not waste this visually rich information. Let's analyze it, let's audit it to gain actionable intelligence from it. So let me give you one example. In 2012, the US Air Force recorded 1,000 hours of drone video per day. It's probably 2,000 now. And they've acknowledged what is the problem they have? How do you review so much video? And this is where the point of human analytics and human intelligence comes in. See what they say. There are limits with automated systems. You need somebody to recognize that that is a woman, that is a child, and that is someone with a weapon. And the best tools for that are still the eyeball and the human brain. Don't discard the angle of human intelligence and human analytics. And it's not just about crime. CCTV, it can also be used, or video can also be used for climate change, forest management, agriculture. Lots and lots of countries are now beginning to send out drones to monitor their agricultural fields, because you can't reach that. So you want to see why a particular area is gone brown? Is there water not reaching there? Is the soil condition bad? All this is rich visual information, but that needs to be analyzed. You need to see it. Finally, to make more effective use of CCTV, let's look at a new angle. Let's look at the angle of crowd-sourced surveillance that leads to community policing. Yesterday, I think it was Nick Neller who mentioned some numbers, about 200, 300 million cameras. And whatever numbers that we have here in this country, I can tell you that no more than 10% are controlled either by the government or by councils, right? 90% of these other cameras belong to businesses, homes, shops, banks, so on and so forth. So the private players. So think about the information that those cameras are capturing. And that information is not being made available to anyone. If everybody starts auditing, if everybody starts looking at their own cameras, think about the information that can be available to the police. Besides the fact that when you look at your own cameras, you have the best situational awareness. Somebody who's sitting miles away in a command center doesn't have situational awareness. It's your shop, it's your business, it's your home. Only you will have the best situational awareness. And if you audit 24 hours of video in 24 minutes, 24 hours in 24 minutes, without missing anything, to give you at least a helicopter view, a sense of what's been happening. And why? The advantage of doing that is that you will prevent losses, you will prevent crime, you will prevent fraud at your own locations. You may also see somebody like a Masood, and you might prevent or help in preventing the next attack. This is crowd-sourced surveillance. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we will only increase the number of eyes, and we will still continue to face these problems unless we think about and accept a fundamental shift. Why are we wasting this video when there is technology available to help you glide through 24 hours of video in 24 minutes to get a good sense? This hidden information, as I said, will become available to law enforcement agencies if users start auditing their respective cameras. Let's look at command and control centers and some of the challenges. Only 2 slides. Often, you have no video, and more often than not, you have 2 people chatting with each other. How's the family? How was the vacation? And right there, you have an accident, and they didn't look at it. Please remember, a video only has that moment. If you look away from that terminal, you've lost that moment. If you get up for a cup of coffee, you've lost that moment. And also please remember that there is scientific research that says that a CCTV operator becomes 45% video blind in just 12 minutes. And the bad news is that in the next 10 minutes, she or he is 90% video blind. That means that they are watching something, but it's not registering. Therefore, along with live monitoring, go back in slots of 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, depending on what is your need, what are your operational requirements, and see what you missed out, and begin to discover, and begin to report effectively in a simple PowerPoint format, or automated. So my recommendations, last 3 slides, decentralized surveillance as well. Because the best situational awareness is at the decentralized area. Command centers have many challenges. Situational awareness is not available. Video blindness. So combine both for best results. And here is a big shift. Google CCTV signage. 500 different designs. The world has not been able to even set a standard of how a surveillance signage should look like. Or, what should the message be? Should the message be, you are under surveillance? Or should the message be, we check CCTV every day? Why can we not adopt one color, one sign, one design, one message? We check CCTV every day. The point is that with all these signs around, you still have problems. Can the message help you? Because the perpetrator, potential perpetrator, is not aware whether you check or you don't, but you're telling him to check. So I think some kind of fundamental shifts are needed. Savings. Often when I speak, I'm told, oh, but we have insurance. If we have a theft, doesn't matter. We have insurance. Insurance doesn't come free. You pay the premium for it. So if you can prove to the insurance company that because of looking at CCTV, because of the fact that you're now beginning to prevent, because you discovered earlier, you can actually get them to bring down your insurance premium. Thank you, and some good news for councils. I would request councils to come and take a look at what we are demonstrating. Everything that I've said is done by our technology, which will work with all your cameras. And when I spoke about crowdsourced surveillance, I think governments need to get involved. We have a free basic version, which will let the mom and pop stores, housing complexes, smaller establishments, businesses, do everything that I said. It will back up their data. It will let each one of them glide through their 24 hours of data. And councils can actually go and tell them that, look, we will give you this software for free. Please start getting better value from your cameras. Don't ask anything from your community, give it to them. Because when you are giving it to them and telling them that this will help you prevent your fraud, this will help you prevent crime, and the only thing that you need to give us is, if you see some suspicious movement, in the interest of the security and safety of the country, please come together and tell the police so that we can preempt this. So, essentially it's for free. There's a little caveat which I'll be happy to discuss with you when you come over to our booth. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much.